morning. Leroy McFall here in Huntsville, Alabama at my little home studio. Once again, it's 16 August 2024. And what I am doing today is, this week I've been working with a group, and it's called our Fort Knox, Kentucky group. And it's usually gathered up with people that have either lived in Fort Knox as dependents or people that were stationed there, primarily people that took their basic training at Fort Knox. And Fort Knox has been closed down to basic training now for many years. But Fort Knox was a very important place to a lot of us. It got us started on the right foot to sometimes a better life, at least for me. And I always credit going in the military and having the honor of being able to serve in our United States American military service, the Army, a very good privilege. And it always really touches my heart to be able to know that I was able to serve, had the privilege of serving this country for many years. Now what I'm going to do is I only really kind of expressed my opinion over the years, being musically inclined and even playing my steel guitar a lot while I was in the military, playing my guitar, my acoustic guitar. I always had a guitar with me, whether it was just my acoustic guitar or I got there and the service clubs had steel guitars. But just the music that I could make out of my guitar was my way of expressing my joy and how I felt good. I'm going to play a little song that I kind of like to contribute to my friends who are veterans of all our United States of America military services who served our country. Now when I went in, we had the draft going on. It was continued from Korea. I went in 1959, served for many years, and also got out, retired from active duty. Worked civil service for the United States Army for years, then was recalled back in years later on active duty again, wearing a new Army uniform with new vehicles and a whole new Army. But it was my privilege to do that and my choice to do that. So I really have a lot of respect for people that have decided that they was going to do something bigger than themselves, serving the Army. So I'm going to play a little song that I kind of want to dedicate to my veteran friends and to all who wanted to serve our country of freedom. Now, we have many times taken overly advantage of the freedom that we have by self-service, by self-serving themselves a little too much and not thinking about what we can do to better our country. And we have our problems, but we solve them in a way that is unlike a lot of the foreign countries who have gotten themselves in trouble. And many years before, people abandoned those countries to come here, went through Ellis Island, just to get into this country so they could have the freedom to expand themselves, to become better people, to be able to express their feelings freely without being punished by their government. Okay, so I'm going to now set up my system here, play this song, and thank you for serving your country, serving our country, and may we have many kids born in this country to serve, and anybody coming in the country, welcome if you're here to bring something good to the country and serve the country, as many of us should. Thank you. Well, that was my expression of the joy I feel in my heart sometimes that I'm able to have this freedom in this country that many of us have worked, struggled for, many died for it, and we still have the freedom even though we got a lot of problems. We do a lot of complaining, but we can complain. We complain freely. And one of the things I was talking about, I belong to the group, we celebrate our Fort Knox heritage, I guess a good call. But as you can see, the picture, this is a picture of me in 1959 in my basic training unit there, and I'm pointing at the code of conduct that we were supposed to study. And my point was, at that time I was taking pictures and I was on my podium about how strong the need for us basic trainees to learn that code of conduct, because there will be a war in our time if we stay in long enough, and sure enough there was wars. And it comes to your mental constitution, and your mental constitution needs to say, I'm going to stick to something bigger and stronger than me. And the code of conduct was something that become a very strong mental constitution that we were supposed to adapt to. Many people didn't. Many people, of course, got a little weak, but we are human and we have those weaknesses. Thank you for watching, and thank you for serving the country if you've been in the military, and bless you.